It's your girl Niecey in the building, all the way from Chicago, checking in on Industry Most Wanted.
In a league of my own, give a fuck about acceptance. I admire my reflection. Got 3 felonies on my record. Don't stop me from chasing cheddar. Need that broccoli, need some extra. Jealous bitches and vendettas. You can try me and regret it. Set to plan this record. I drew up the sketch by planning and finessing. I'm progressing while you stress.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. I heard we got Chicago checking in today.
Hey.
Niecey in the building. What's going on, beautiful? How are you?
What's going on? Happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. We had a whole conversation before we even started. We bonded. We found out we're sisters, you know. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. Go ahead and, kind of break it down for us. Who is Niecey in the building?
Ooh, Niecey in the building is like the most rageful artist from Chicago. Like, I'm putting a whole different sound to the streets in Chicago. It's not your usual drill, gang banging music that they used to.
Definitely. I love that. Born and raised there?
Born and raised.
And I know you spent some time out here in Gwinnett County?
I was in Fulton at first in Sandy Springs. Then I moved out to Gwinnett County.
Got you. So you moved around a little bit.
I moved around a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that. I love that. I love, kind of moving around because it really adapts you to some new cultures, the way of life for other people.
It really showed me the city moving around.
Absolutely. So you spent most of your younger years growing up in the Chicago area?
Yeah, majority of it, yep.
What was it like for you when you were little growing up out there?
Ooh, it's crazy. I got a funny story that I recall so much. It's so crazy that I recall this visual so much, but I remember sitting on my porch. We lived in a 2-flat apartment in the Hunnis on State Street in the Roseland, West Palm community. And I just remember I had to been like maybe 5 or 6 years old. And I remember this guy, we was sitting on the porch, just me and my brother and my little friends, and this guy was walking down the street with his homie. They had Tommy guns with the strap and everything. Like,
what?
It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like 5 or 6 years old at the time.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That's enough to traumatize you.
The fact that I still remember it.
Yeah. That's because it was like a traumatic event.
It shocked me when I said, I was like, wait a minute, is that a toy gun? It was a real gun though. Strap and everything.
And that really irks my soul because, hello, there's kids out here.
I mean, it was so many of us outside. And it was the time frame when you can't do this now. Like even with my daughter, she can't stay outside as long as I used to when I was a kid. When 100%. I was a kid, 5, 6 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, we used to stay out, past the sun.
Yeah.
The sun going down.
We did too.
So it was like maybe 8, 9 o'clock at the time when this was going on. So
man,
it was crazy.
That is
worse
a lot.
Now.
Right, absolutely. And I think kind of everywhere is getting like that.
Yeah.
Like Memphis is like a war zone. There's just always you hear about, stuff going on.
It was so crazy. I stayed Portland, Oregon. I just was going down TikTok, going down a rabbit hole one night, and they were just showing what Portland looks like, and I was like, really?
You wouldn't think that.
It looked like Philly.
You would never. You're like,
you would have never.
Who lives there, right?
All I knew was the basketball team. That's all I knew. Portland.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
man, there's a lot out there. You know what I'm saying? So, how old is you? Have a boy or a girl?
I got a daughter.
A daughter. She's how old?
14.
Oh, she's at that age.
Yeah.
Growing into a beautiful young lady.
Oh yeah, that's my dog. That's my dog.
Absolutely. Well, while we're on that right now, let's just dive into that for just a moment. 14 years ago, you had your baby girl.
14 years ago.
How did that change your life?
Woo! I thought I had jumped off the porch at 15. I mean, thought you was being grown then, but no, motherhood was a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
And then they be little babies and you think it's something, but when you hit that preteen and that teenage era, that's a whole, I'm like, man, motherhood feels so different now.
Nah, for real.
It's not like what it was at first where it's like, oh, you playing with the kid. Now you real life dealing with emotional stuff and identity stuff.
Absolutely.
And trying to find themselves and stuff like that. So it's different. It's way different.
Especially because social media too.
Especially with social media.
I didn't have that growing up.
No. I had a little flip phone and we call and text. That was it.
Right.
Play a little game.
Absolutely.
Get your ringtone together. That was it.
It's like a bittersweet.
It is bittersweet. It is bittersweet.
I love the technology, but I also think it takes people off track and off focus and put some weirdo stuff out there.
Yes.
But going back to growing up in Chicago, what were you into as a child? Anything before music?
See, I wasn't really I was never taught to chase my dreams.
Really?
No one, when I was coming up, it was a lot going on in my background. So like when it came to like protecting the innocence of a child and like, oh, chase your dreams and aspire to be all you can be, that was never my case.
Really?
I always thought like, you want to be really successful, you had to have money, you had to work really hard and, you know, stuff like that. But now in this day and age, it don't really, all you need is maybe a viral moment.
Yes.
You know, it don't really, I'm not going to say it don't take much, but it's not as hard as it used to be.
Yes.
You know, so that's one thing I do, pour into my child as a youngin', like, what do you aspire to be? What are your interests? You know, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Finding what really makes you happy.
Yeah, what brings the fulfillment in you.
Yeah, like people get caught up in the whirlwind of working for corporate America. Nothing wrong with that if it suits you, but some people do it, like you said, because they're just chasing the money, but they're not happy.
Yep, and that was one thing that also fueled me. I was already doing music at one point, but I wasn't taking it as serious as my potential say I should.
Yeah.
But I got to a point where I realized I have no desire to retire from anybody's company. So it was like, you gonna have to push that pedal.
Absolutely.
Push that pen, matter of fact.
There you go, because the pen game is there.
Exactly.
Right, because I'm like, I don't want no other grown person telling me when I can clock in and clock out, what time I got to be here, you know, what time can I go to lunch. I want to set them rules myself.
Especially when your work ethic is not, you know, appreciated.
Yeah, there you go. And that happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
It's just like another number.
No advancement,
Right.
you know, and they see you working hard, you doing your thing. And I have like such a hustler's ambition.
Yeah.
You know, whatever I set out to do, I do it to the best of my abilities. So it's like, why not just do the skill set and the talents that God put inside of me instead of filling out that application and trying to prove myself to another company.
100%. Absolutely. You know, when did music really start becoming that passion for you?
So music has always been in my family. Like I said, I've never been a dream chaser. Shout out my homie. A long time ago, made a great friend, and I was just sitting in the car rapping one day. I always knew I had it, but like I said, I've never been taught to chase my dreams. So, you know, I never looked at the skills that I already had inside of me.
Yeah.
But shout out the homie that was I was rapping Future one day, and he just looked at me. I'm like, what are you looking at? And he was like, you got a flow. And I'm like, what? And from that day forward, I just started pressing that pen.
Definitely. So that's been a little minute. I know you did your debut release of Hide and Seek.
Yeah, that was 2018. That was like my first real official project that I dropped, because at first I was dropping on like rapping over industry beats, like something another artist had put out or something like that, just trying to showcase my skill.
Yeah.
But then when I had did Hide and Seek, I was like, yeah, we got to put that out there.
Let's talk about that, because I love the fact that you were rapping on other people's beats. I think that's still something that artists could do right now in 2024 to show their skill set. You know, if you really got them lyrics, them bars, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel intimidated by doing that. So you decided, you know what, it's time for me to showcase my talent on beats of my choice. That's where the album came from. How long was it in the works?
Ooh. See, I'm one of those type of artists that shelf stuff.
Yeah.
Because like if I can't put it out how I envisioned it in my head, I gotta shelf it.
Yeah.
I'm patient, you know. I'm not a patient person.
Me
but
neither.
when it comes to my craft, it comes to my skills, and my vision, I gotta be patient with it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't dropping it until, you know, it correlates to like how I envisioned in my mind. If I'm seeing it in my eyes, how I envisioned in my mind, it's time to drop.
Absolutely, because you will build that fan base, you know, based upon, you know, what you were already doing. Now they want to hear a body of work from you.
Exactly.
How did that project do?
It did good. We actually still pushing it. I'm about to revamp it real soon. I got a little secret for the streets.
Okay, so y'all got to stay tuned for it. You heard it. She got something on the way. How often are you releasing music now?
I'm back getting my feet wet. So when I dropped one of my other official projects in 2020 in the pandemic, I had got some real serious work off the ground, my project Combat.
Yeah.
I dropped that, and then, I don't know, you know, that pandemic kind of messed a lot of us up.
Yes.
So I was like, I had a lot of cleaning up I had to do as far as the home front. So I kind of had put music down for a minute, put it on this back burner for a second just to get my home front in order.
Yeah.
Once I got that in order, I literally took like 2 years off. Most bored I ever been in my life not doing music. I mean, I was so bored just like living the common life. It just was not fulfilling at all.
Right.
So last year I actually came down to Atlanta. I was on, my homie in New York was doing like this Galleria tour. with some photos and stuff like that. And shout out to him. He had hit me up, on some friends stuff like, hey, I want you to perform.
Yes.
I hadn't performed in like 2 years. So I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm like, bro, I haven't performed in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I need to practice.
Absolutely.
Like, what do I do? He was like, man, you got it. Just do it. So I went to New York. I did it. The second run, they showed out in New York.
That's dope.
Really put that inspiration back in me. Like the feedback, the reciprocation, people asking like, is this out yet? Where can I find it? And I was like, oh, girl, you almost forgot who you was.
I
you
know that's right.
Like, it's time to get back to it.
Niecey in the building.
Niecey in the building. So once I came down to Atlanta, we did the part 2 of the Galleria. I was like, I'm back. So I spent all of last summer, the past 6 months of last summer, preparing for January 2024.
That's dope.
And that's when I dropped my project for the year, Hardly Ever Bothered, January 3rd, which is still circulating right now, which got us right here today.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so I'm back. Like, I'm back in that momentum.
Feels good, don't it?
It feels great. Oh my God, it feels great.
I could tell.
So
I could see it. I could see it on your face. Like, and that's what it is, finding what makes you happy. So music is your passion.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down. Let me ask you this. What is your purpose through music?
I want to inspire the ladies.
Yeah.
We got to bring that standard back. We got to bring that standard back and remember who we are.
Listen, let's talk about that because I couldn't agree more. Like, I have respect for every female artist out there. Every
yes.
female, male artist out there, do you. However, I feel like a lot of the music is degrading to the females.
It's very degrading.
It's low vibrational, what I refer to.
Very low vibrational.
How do you feel like Niecey in the Building can change the narrative on that?
I feel like we as women, first of all, we got to realize we make the world go round.
No, facts.
Regardless if they want to admit it or not, if you take every woman off this planet, it will crumble. The world would be nothing. Send the apocalypse. It's over with.
We like the glue.
We the glue.
Yeah.
We the glue. We nurture the entire world. There's nobody on this planet that cannot say a woman has not helped them in no type of shape, form, or fashion.
Facts.
So I feel like there's other things that we can talk about to amplify women other than the hypersexualness.
Yes.
Because, granted, we get it. We're sexy women.
Of course.
We're sexually, just naturally, we are sexy because we're women. But we have other attributes about ourselves that can be spoken about, praised, other than the twerking, he buy me a Birkin, all of that. Like, I'm even bored with it.
Absolutely. I feel like everything is so sexualized now. And like you said, we all enjoy it.
Yeah.
Women are beautiful, but it's like you said, it's
we
so
have much more to talk about.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Much more to talk about. At least me, Niecey in the Building, feel like I have much more to talk about. I've done some incredible things, So... Yeah.
Let's talk about your catalog of music. Out of all the songs you've written and released that people could go listen to, which one is the most personal for you?
Combat. That's my baby.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Combat took me it was a 2-year project, realistically. I wrote it, I started writing it in 2018. I didn't finish writing it until 2019. So it took me a year just to finish writing the song.
Yes.
And I get it. People be like, oh, I don't write nothing. I just hop in the booth. You probably should write it. It'll probably sound much better. It probably was decent at first, but if you actually go critique it, take this out, put that there, make that sound a little bit better, it probably will sound better. Take your time and write that music.
Yes.
It could be timeless.
Absolutely.
Other than just viral.
I agree.
And that's my thing. I want to make timeless music, not viral music. But I wrote the song. Took me a year to write the song. Once I completed writing the song, I had got a vision in my mind based off the lyrics, what I was talking about, the story I was telling, and I was like, every inch of this song has to be visualized in this video.
Yes.
As much as I can visualize from the lyrics in this video, I want to. So that meant the location was top tier.
Yep.
The people who played their role in the video was intricate. The people even I hired to shoot the video was intricate.
Yes.
So I had found these guys, Exhibit 91, shout out to them, coldest guys in Chicago. Coldest guys in Chicago. So once I got a whiff of them, I was like, they got to shoot the video.
Yeah.
I didn't care what the budget was. I didn't care if it took me three years to drop the video. They're going to shoot it. If it take me whatever to get the money to pay them, whatever, they're shooting the video. So, okay, cool. I got who gonna shoot it, location-wise.
Yeah.
Because the things I was talking about was very intricate. So it's like these settings have to be visualized in the video.
The aesthetics are important.
The aesthetics was important. Found the location.
Okay.
Now that I found the location, it's game on. It's game on. So I got an Overgram. It was actually my birthday gift. We was in the pandemic, so that was making things kind of like, you know, really tough to try to do. A lot of places was with the whole restrictions and all this other stuff. So I was like, I had to kind of put it on the back burner into fall because early 2020 was it was crazy. Yes. It was a lot going on. So I was like, you know what? This will be my birthday gift to myself. My birthday is in November. I was like, it's my birthday gift to myself. So I booked the location. I was kind of at odds with a lot of friends and stuff like that. So that's when I taught myself a valuable lesson. Hire people.
Yes.
Forget that whole friends trying to play, or that don't work for everybody.
It does not.
It does not work for everybody.
No.
You know, they'll be loyal to you when it's time to get lit, kick it, stuff like that. But when it's time for your endeavor, for people to show up and support, you know how that can go.
I already know.
After going through that with previous projects, I was like, I'm going to hire people. So I hired 3 actors. I hired a behind-the-scenes guy, and I hired my brother just to play like security or whatever the case may be. And when we got to the studio, shout out to Paul John, he asked me, he was like, are you signed to a label? And I was like, no. And he was like, the way you showed up, you signed to a label. And he was like, people who have booked this cinema, they don't even show up like this. They don't come nearly as prepared. I mean, them guys was setting up like we did construction before we even started shooting the video. It was crazy. But that was one of my major projects, one of my first major projects. So that's why that's my baby, because 9.5 hour shoot.
Wow.
We shot from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 9:30 at night.
Wow, you made a movie.
Made a movie, behind the scenes and the official video.
Sounds like the guys that you hired too to film it, they have that cinematic feel.
Oh, yes.
And that's what you want.
I mean, that name is Exhibit 91, so that just lets you know alone, like, they don't come to play.
Absolutely.
And then right after they shot my video, a month later, they did Pooh Shiesty and Gucci in Atlanta.
Wow.
Crazy.
You got them just in time before they started.
Crazy. So if you go on their website, you see the Pooh Shiesty and Gucci, and then right under that is my building, my video in the building.
That's dope.
Crazy.
That is dope.
Yeah.
Do you still put pen to paper?
I do it on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do write.
You do write.
I do. I like to write, actually. I feel like it sounds better.
Let me talk about that for a minute, because I'm a big advocate and fan of people who write, whether that's on their phone or actually pen to paper. Does it help you with your mental? Is it like a mental therapy for you?
It is a mental therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps you. Like, sometimes it's not always somebody to talk to about how you feel. And sometimes the people that are available to talk to about how you feel, they don't really care about what you're talking about.
Man.
Everybody going through what they're going through, especially in today's time. So it is therapeutic for me because I'm a natural loner and I'm not a pest. I don't like to always bother people, you know, about what I'm going through. And I'm a private individual, too.
Yeah.
Some things that I go through, I like to keep to myself.
Absolutely.
You know? So writing has always been therapeutic for me, even before I knew I could rap.
Yeah.
English was my favorite subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is dope. Are you at all interested in tapping into doing other genres of music?
Yeah, I'm open. I'm very open-minded.
What would be your first go-to? What genre? Pop
Probably
music?
pop, yeah.
Okay. Have you written any pop music but not put it out there?
I haven't written anything, but I've played around with it, like writing and like doing little recordings on my own, so I know it is something that I could do.
You should.
Yeah,
That's going to open you up to a whole new audience.
Oh, yeah.
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to go overseas with this one day.
Absolutely. Let's dive into that a little bit. Like, you know, I ask a lot of artists, what is your ultimate goal? Some of them, they just want the jewelry or the money. Some people want to help their family. What is it for you?
Start a black-owned label.
There you go. 100%.
We don't have enough of those.
I agree. I absolutely agree on that.
I want to take care of my artists. I'm not in it just for the money.
Yeah.
Granted, wealth is a big deal, but at the same time, guidance is something that is just lacking in the music industry, like big time. Guidance, artist development.
Oh man.
Especially now, it's like we ain't even develop artists. We just throw them out there. Whatever is clickbait, let's do it. But you got to think about that. Clickbait ain't bringing in no brand deals.
No.
You need more than just show money and stream.
Yes. So
it's like you gotta be strategic about your moves.
Absolutely. So a label is an ideal situation for you. I love that.
Yeah, because I'm like, music is deep in my family on my dad's side. My brother do music, but he he don't have the direction of where to go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what a quality track sound like. They don't even know what a quality studio is.
Man.
You know, you can record in your room, yeah, but is it quality? Is it radio friendly?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would a radio play that? If you upload it on Spotify, Apple Music, are they gonna kick it back and say, hey, that quality didn't check out? You know, all that matters.
It really, really does. It kind of is almost like the aesthetics. Like when I listen to a song, I can tell if it hasn't been properly mixed or mastered.
Exactly.
And people, some of these artists will swear up and down, oh yeah, no it's not, bruh. Or they just did a terrible job.
That's because they did it in their crib. So it's like, you're not going to tell me this ain't no hit.
Right. And if you're going to set up in your house, make sure that you have a space that's like really well soundproofed and get you a good microphone. Like you can get it, but some of these artists, they're not going to want to invest in all that.
I was just going to say, they don't want to make that investment.
Absolutely.
People are too prideful these days. I just had to tell a friend the other day, like, hey, look, she's not in the music business, but she's in the entrepreneurship, and I'm like, hey, look, you got to learn how to take criticism, good or bad. You got to learn how to take that. You cannot be moving with too much emotions in this game.
Absolutely. You cannot. Then oftentimes people take stuff too personal.
Exactly.
I was just on a phone call on the way here and I had a conversation with somebody about that. Like, because I sometimes can come off of slightly harsh, but it's because I just stand on business. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm very about my business.
And I'm like that too, so I'm one of them people. Don't ask for my advice. Don't ask.
Because you're going to give it.
I'm not a repetitive person. I'm not the one to call and be like, girl, let me tell you what happened this time. What's the solution? What we doing?
There you go. That's it right there. Outside of music, when you're not recording, when you're not traveling, doing this stuff, what else do you enjoy doing?
Cooking. I'm like the ultimate vegan chef.
Yeah, let's dive into that because we did talk about you've been vegan since 2017.
Yes.
That's a long time.
That is a long time. Took a lot of discipline, a lot of trial and error. Like it was crazy. I actually started my vegan journey here in Atlanta.
Did you really?
In 2016. That's when I was going through my whole little sickness stuff we was talking about. And I just gave it a try, but I wasn't educated enough. I didn't know what to eat.
Yeah, of course.
Just like, I'm buying stuff. But then when I had to move back to Chicago, I'm like, oh, I'm back in the hood. Ain't no vegan spots over here. So like, what do I eat? Now I'm back at the jerk hut. You know, like, forget being vegan. But it was a lot of trial and error. So now I'm actually working on a vegan cookbook that's about to drop this summer. And it's going to be a lot of events circulated behind it. It's about to be big. It's about to be big.
People don't realize how much veganism can enhance your health.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff you and I talked about, and we ain't got to get too deep into it, but a lot of the stuff that we put in our bodies, probably everything is what's causing our health ailments.
Yes.
Because inflammation is the root to all health issues.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's like we had to be mindful. Was there a particular reason why? Was it because some health situations?
Yeah, it was definitely because of health situations. In 2014, I was diagnosed with colitis. It's a rare colon disease. There's no cure for it. And what really kind of, I was going to gastrologists, and they telling me this, and I don't think that there's enough knowledge in the medical field where colitis is concerned because nobody could give me any information. All they want to do was prescribe me all this medication, which triggered other issues.
100%. It's like a trickle effect.
Jacked up and just like, I don't want to go through this. I'm missing work, all type of stuff. So I went to the doctor. I was going through all these different gastrologists. I went to this lady. And she made me so mad because this was in the peak where, like, I'm missing work because I'm hospitalized because the pain is so severe.
Excruciating.
I'm hunched over, can't even stand up. It's so bad. And she was like, she wrote me a prescription. She said, this is exactly how she did. She handed it to me and said, try that out. I'm curious as to see how that works.
No, she didn't.
Like,
I'm your guinea pig now.
Do you have any knowledge as to how this works? She had no knowledge. So I left out that doctor's office. I tossed it that prescription, and I just got on Google and I started looking at like natural remedies and stuff like that, and look up, and the stuff worked.
Listen, it's all about what we put in our bodies.
It works.
It does.
So that really had put me on the pedestal of taking veganism way more serious.
Yes.
And then as I started seeing me naturally healing myself, it's like, oh, it's a go, it's a bet, I'm doing this.
Absolutely.
So now 7 years in, I feel like I could teach the game now.
For sure. Like, you would really have to learn how to recook almost.
Oh, yeah. I cook a lot. Like, but now my daughter, she's not vegan, so I'm cooking 2 meals a day. So.
Absolutely. I love jackfruit.
Oh my God.
That's like my substitute for chicken,
Oh my God, yes. Or pot roast. I make a mean jackfruit pot roast.
Really?
Oh my God, girl.
Get that cookbook popping.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be in the cookbook.
That will, listen, this is what I predict for you. When you put it out there, you're gonna obviously put it on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a number one bestseller.
I'm fully publishing hard copy and ebook, so it'll be versatile.
It'll be a number one bestseller on Amazon. I'm manifesting that right now. Absolutely, because I think more and more people are starting to become aware of how important it is of what we're putting in our body, and most health issues can be prevented by putting the right things in our body.
Yes.
What is your favorite vegan dish to cook?
Oof.
That pot roast?
Probably that pot
that
roast.
sounds
I'm a hearty girl. Like, I like hearty food, stuff that's going to get you full. So I do like the jackfruit pot roast, but I'm a big Asian style girl. I love Asian food.
Me too.
Oh my God. Like, soul food is dear to heart.
Yeah.
But Asian pad thai noodles.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I love, yes.
Girl, I'm a sucker for some pad thai.
You making me hungry. So serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
hold the egg.
Listen, absolutely. You know, it's funny because you and I have very similar stories.
Yes.
Are
you a Scorpio?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay. We clicked though. We clicked.
Because 2018, I was hospitalized for 4 days and they thought I had colitis because I had absolutely the worst pain. I couldn't even stand up. I literally had to have people carry me out of my house. I was by myself. I had to call 911 because I felt like I was about to die.
It's bad.
They came and took me to the hospital and they said that I had an infection. They said if I had not come, I could have died from it.
Told me the same thing. They said your colon is red.
Man.
How was that?
That is insane.
That means my colon was so inflamed.
Yes.
And that's what the pain was coming from.
And it's all in this lower region. So listen, we say all this, listen to your body.
Please.
If you are having any symptoms, don't think you're being a hypochondriac.
Yes.
If you got anything that you feel is not normal, go get it checked out.
And pay attention to what you put in your body. If you put something in your body and it has a reaction, like the other day, my daughter drank some milk for breakfast, eating a cereal. And she was like, oh, my stomach hurt, my stomach. I said, it's that milk you just drank.
That's mucus in a bottle.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing that and being so transparent. I love talking about that kind of stuff because I'm big on my health journey now.
Same.
So
I could talk about this stuff all day long.
Me too. Well, that's why you got to move back out here and maybe we can start a health podcast.
Oh, hey.
That would be fire.
We don't have enough of those.
I got the platform. Come on, let's do it. Coming soon. I'm gonna talk her into moving back out here. That would be dope. Do you think your daughter will ever transition?
She actually says this all the time. She's like, I think I'm gonna be a vegan one day. Well, she says I think I'm gonna be a vegan when I get to high school. Okay. She's gonna be a vegan though, because she just said not too long ago burgers don't taste the same.
They don't. And that's one of the reasons I transitioned, because I noticed that every time I ate red meat, my stomach killed me. I was like, oh.
Well, you got to think, red meat take a long time to process.
It takes like a week to break that. That's disgusting. I want it in and out. Straight like that. But how has going vegan, though, really changed your life? You feel a lot better?
I feel so much more awakened.
Yeah.
Like, my mental is way more sharp.
Yes.
I don't think the same I used to think. My awareness is much more sharper now. I'm more conscious. Like, it's definitely been a transition.
Yes.
I can definitely attest to say that taking certain stuff out of my diet has definitely raised my chakras a bit.
100%. Yeah. Yes, we become more alert, more in tune.
Way more. And it's nothing that I can ignore. I'm not faking with y'all or nothing like that. Like, I'm telling you, the person I used to be, I'm not that person no more. Like, it has been and I can't go back. Like, my conscience is so, higher now, where it's like, better. So
Absolutely.
You do better. Even like my temptations have gone away.
Yes.
Like, I don't desire to eat certain stuff or engage in certain stuff no more, because it's like, better,
100%. I gave up alcohol at that same time too.
Nice.
I have not drank liquor since 2017.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, girl. I was like, not that I was a drunk, but I just wanted to be sober. I wanted to have a clear mind, because the older we get, it's hard to bounce back. If I went out drinking, it takes me 2 days to bounce back. When it used to, before I'd be like, I'm good.
Wake up this next day, like, let's do it all over again.
Exactly. I'm like, I can't handle that no more. So one last question on the health situation. You said you were diagnosed with colitis, which is, can be very detrimental if you don't get it under control. Anybody out there who may be recently diagnosed or has been diagnosed and hasn't gotten under control, what advice would you offer them?
I would say pay attention to what you eat. Things that you feel like you have a reaction out of, like, because I figure this, when you eat, 30 minutes, 45 minutes after you eat, you should feel a reaction. Rather it's just going to the bathroom to pass what you just ate, or if it's a bad reaction, my stomach hurt, my head hurt, or I got indigestion. Pay attention to how your body reacts to what you eat. That lets you know what you can take in, what you don't need to take in. That's how I did it. And I naturally healed myself.
Great advice.
I never took that medication that she gave me.
Thank God, because you may not have been sitting here right now. Seriously. But yeah, that's what I did when I found out that I had the gastritis. I started doing a food journal, keeping track of not only what I ate, but drank. I don't drink soda either.
Yeah.
But I drink like herbal teas and stuff like that. So I just paid attention. Okay, like you said, 30, 45 minutes later, my stomach started hurting. I'm like, okay, boop, I got to eliminate that.
Yes.
So food journaling is something that worked for me. And that's kind of what you just said.
Oh, yeah. And in 2024, whether you're carnivore, pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, I don't care what you are. You need to pay attention to what you eat, because it's a lot of bull crap out here.
Man, that is
You
facts.
definitely need to pay attention to what you are taking.
Definitely. Absolutely. Who you got with you today?
I got my manager. Shout out to Mill.
Hey.
That's actually the one who I was talking about. Said I had a hard flow. That's him. So you just see, we keep it all in the family.
Absolutely. I just wanted to give him his flowers. He's been so professional,
That's my
easy to
dog.
talk to, on point, responsive. You have great representation.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I love to hear that.
Yes, absolutely. What are some other things that you're working on right now musically?
Musically, we got so much dropping for the summer. I got a drill style project I'm about to drop. Everybody has been asking me, because I'm from Chicago. We invented the drill. Let's not forget it. I know it's circulating somewhere everywhere right now, but we invented it. I felt like I might as well have put my stamp on it one time for the one time, because I am from the land.
Yes.
And it's been highly requested. Everybody has been telling me, like, hop on that drill. I know you'll kill it. I know you'll kill it. It's not a lot of females doing the drill style, especially in Chicago. They might be doing it in New York, but not in Chicago. So I went ahead, hopped on this drill style joint. That'll be dropping soon, maybe end of June. And then I got one for the ladies coming this summer.
Can't wait.
And it ain't your usual, that the music they've been giving for the ladies. I got some real bad B-word music for the ladies coming,
I love that. I love
Real
that you're
B-word
versatile.
music. Yeah.
I like drill music.
I like drill music too.
I do too. In fact, I had interviewed a producer a little while back. He's from Chicago. His name is Fireman.
Okay.
He was one of the first producers out there years back. He told me the whole story of how drill started.
Yeah.
He was one of the first producers, and I was like, I've always liked drill music.
Yeah, it started in the early 2000s. Well,
Yes.
I ain't gonna say the early. I'm gonna say the mid 2000s,
Right.
maybe. Yeah, like maybe 8, 9, 10, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, hit the scene. Yeah,
Definitely.
it took a different turn for Chicago.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Chicago's kind of always been on the map, but I think that really put it on the map.
It put us back. It definitely put us back.
100%.
So we had kind of sat down for a minute.
All the people out there claiming that it came from you, it didn't. Chicago is the originator.
Chicago did it first.
Nah,
okay?
facts, absolutely.
Shout out to 63rd, because they did it.
Do you have a signature ad lib that you use? Okay.
That's my signature. The guys love when I do that for some reason.
Absolutely.
They love that. I don't know why, but they like it. So I'm like, well, I'm going to give it to y'all.
Y'all like it, I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely. That is so funny. Are you collabing with any other artists currently right now?
I am, actually.
Shout them out.
Drip Honey from Detroit, man. Motown, baby. We got something coming. Chicago to Detroit. Definitely be looking out for that.
Love that.
We got some crazy stuff coming. Finna hit the scene crazy.
Definitely. Who would be a dream collab for you?
Rico Nasty! If you hear this, Rico, hit my line.
Come on, Rico.
Hit my line, Rico.
Don't play with her. She the hardest female coming out of Chicago, man. Period. What is it about Rico that would make you want to work with him?
Rico changed the game for the female rap. Like, Nicki did it too. Nicki did it.
Yes.
But Nicki, she was running the game for a long time. So her flow, her style of rap had just became a staple.
Yes.
Then the City Girls came, and Megan Thee Stallion. I love those girls. They do their thing. But every girl not like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Especially every female rapper is not like that. Like, I couldn't tap it. Like, the way the City Girls rap, I rock with it, but I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of always felt shelved in a sense, because it's like, dang, I rap like a dude. Is they gonna mess with me? They be like, oh, she too aggressive. Like, she all. But when Rico hit that scene and she came with that aggression and that rage, and I was like, oh,
it works.
She put us on the map.
Works.
And they loved her. They
Definitely
loved her. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that is I love Glorilla too. I love her voice. I love her demeanor, her delivery. And
I like her personality. Gorilla is charismatic as ever.
100%. She's beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
Definitely. And I think music, the way that they're delivering, is relatable more so to the men. Mm-hmm. You know, and some of these females, they only talk about female related stuff. Most dude ain't gonna want to run around listening to about popping their.
And it's so crazy that you say that, because I had just made, well, not just, but like maybe a month ago, since I've been on this Hardly Ever Bother tour, and I've been looking like the following that's coming in and the people that's engaged. And I made a post on Twitter, and I said, I think I'm finna be the first female rapper with a predominantly male audience.
I love it.
Because so many dudes is rocking, and they've been rocking with me crazy from the jump, but I never paid attention to it until now, like since I've been like fully pushing. And I'm like, dang, all the dudes rock with me.
Yes.
And they be like, do you be spitting? You be saying, what you know about talking about that and stuff like that? I'm like, that is crazy.
Makes you feel good though.
It made me feel good. Like, okay, if the dudes rocking with me, I got it.
Absolutely, because I think it's tougher for a female to capture a male audience. You know, you'll capture the male audience on the aspect of they like the sexiness. They like to look at you. But when it comes to your music, you got something to talk about.
And they be spitting your vibe. We was just in Detroit doing a video shoot. And by the end of the shoot, the cameraman was rapping my lyrics, and I'm like, not you know the lyrics.
I love that. That is dope.
He like, that's my part. Oh my God.
So what other cities are you going to be touching down in soon? Do you have plans to hit other cities that people can be on the lookout for?
We about to hit New York next.
Okay.
We gonna spin back to Chicago, shoot this video, and then we going back to Detroit.
That is
another video. Yep.
Dope.
Yeah.
Have you been down to Florida, like Miami?
I haven't
or
hit Florida yet.
Gotta get to Miami.
I gotta get to Miami.
You get a vibey video out there.
Oh, I already know.
Put that on the schedule. He'll like it. They got topless beaches.
Okay.
Come on now.
I actually I didn't shoot the video, but I did co-direct the video a couple years back in Miami with some artists I was rocking with back then.
Definitely.
So the way the whole strip was just jumping in the video, they made that video so hard.
And it comes out so organic too.
So organic. Like, you got the girls just jumping in, dancing. Oh my God, that video was so hard. Still to this
Sometimes
day.
when it's not all fully planned out and you have that, it just comes out more organic.
And it did good on YouTube too.
That's dope.
Yes.
That is really, really dope. Are there other business ventures that you're pursuing? I know you're putting this cookbook together, so you're going to become an author, Slick.
Yeah, I'm going to be an author, chef too.
And a chef.
Other than just the book right now and pushing the music, I'm going to definitely curate some events around the book.
Yes.
I get a lot of people that's like, oh, I want to taste your food. I want to taste your food. So we're going to do a lot of those. I might actually put that on the road too.
You should.
We might be in a city near you.
Please bring it out here.
I got you.
Please bring it out here. I'll come out and do the media.
Period.
You know,
Hey.
I will have the camera, the microphone. We'll do media.
Mills, put that in the book. We might, put that in the plans. We got to spin back and do that.
Listen, I would love that. You could do like a book signing / like make a tasting type party where people can try some of the food.
Because that's how it's actually going to be. It's going to be a tasting. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to take a couple recipes out the book, cook that up. You could come through, try it out. You can buy the book if you want to. It's going to be props for photos, bartenders, all of that. It's going to be big.
Let's make that happen, because Bigga's wife, she bakes. She has a company called Mini Treat Factory.
Okay.
And she makes, cakes and cupcakes.
Nice.
Maybe we can have
I'm definitely going to have some vendors.
Let's look at doing that.
Yeah.
That would be
just
dope.
put something in perspective for me. I never thought about bringing it down to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was just going to drop the book. I know the first one was going to be in Chicago, but you just put something in perspective.
I think it would do well here.
I think so. Because Atlanta's a big vegan market. We was just talking about
Slutty Vegan really put it up.
We just left Bar Vegan and we tore that down. Like, the bill came. We like, did we do this? Like, what all did we eat?
What all did I eat? But it was worth it, though.
It was so good. I left stuff.
Let's think about putting that together. If I can help curate it in any way, I would love that. We could maybe even have a DJ set up to
all of that. It's gonna be a vibe.
I've got a venue literally right downtown Atlanta that we could do it at. They're a restaurant lounge.
I was gonna say, do they got a kitchen?
They absolutely do. I know that I'm personal friends with the owner. That's where I do all my events at. So it's in a prime location. It's literally right downtown. They got a whole parking deck. So
because that's crazy that you say the place that I'm gonna do the first event in Chicago, they have a kitchen because I'm cooking the food up there. Like, ain't no bringing it here, warming it up. No, this food gonna be cooked from scratch at the place.
Oh,
so,
man.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like,
y'all heard it. Coming soon to a city near you, and it's gonna be in Atlanta. We're manifesting it
in Atlanta,
bringing it to fruition. I'm a big advocate of that. Definitely. Is there any other business ventures? That's kind of what you're focusing on right now.
And we got some merch dropping for the phone.
Let's talk about it. You brought me a shirt today.
I brought you a shirt.
Put it on camera.
Okay. Think Dumps.
Tell us about Think Dumps.
Think Dumps, it's one of those type of things. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Don't, you're broke, okay?
Get on board or get left behind, straight like that.
But yeah, no, Think Dumps, coded financial term. That's what it really stands for. So I'm going to have some Think Dump merch dropping this fall.
I love that.
And then my daughter also got some merch dropping too, right along with that. Super fire. Almost fire than mine that I'm dropping, so...
She has a creative mind. You said she's 14?
14.
Well, look at her mama is, you know? Like,
she's actually my song tag. My Boy Take Out the Garbage Man, that's my daughter. She was 3 years old. I just captured a moment.
I love that.
And, I mean, who knew I was going to do rap, later on? And luckily, I still had that footage. Made her my artist tag. And artists, not too many artists. Don't try to steal my stuff now. Don't try to steal my stuff. A lot of artists don't have no tag. Producers have tags. So I was like, you know what? I'm finna be the first artist with a tag. So when you hear that Boy Take Out the Garbage Man, that's in the building.
See, that's almost like your signature ad-lib. Going back to what we were talking about. That's your signature. It's your tag.
Signature, yep.
That is fire. Dope.
And that's my daughter.
So for your merch that you're coming out with, what all can we anticipate?
Ooh, hats, socks, joggers, tees, wristbands, sweatshirts, hoodies. We got a lot coming.
And I got the Niecey in the building.
Yeah. We ain't coming empty-handed now.
Definitely. And I just heard you say socks. Mm-hmm. Why do a lot of people who put merch out forget about socks?
You cannot forget about the
socks. All wear them. And it's funny because I'll ask people that question. They'll be like, hats, hoodies. I said, what about socks? I love...
Gotta have the socks.
Listen, shamelessly, I got 2 dresser drawers with nothing but socks. I like weird off the wall.
How you gonna do the sweats and not have the right socks?
The swaggy socks to go with it. Oh my God.
You might want to raise the pants leg or something. You gotta have the socks.
Facts. What about bucket hats?
We got trucker hats. What's a bucket hat? I don't know what a bucket hat look like. Oh, the bucket.
Bucket hats, yes.
Oh, I ain't think about that.
I love bucket hats. They're popular down here too.
I like bucket hats.
Put that on the list, bucket hats. Yeah. I think those would do well.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I'm excited for you.
Yes, we got stuff. 2024 my year. 2024 Niecey year.
Absolutely.
So,
going
get used to this voice. If you don't get used to anything, get used to this voice and that flow.
So you got a record called Hardly Ever Bothered.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I was tired of being bothered.
Girl, I know that's right.
It was just like that particular year. That was also another song that I spent a lot of time brainstorming on, working on, developing. I think I rapped that song over like 4 different beats, literally, before I finally was like, this the one.
So let's just pause there for 1 second. Do you typically write your song without having a beat in mind?
I do both.
Okay.
Sometimes I jot a lot too.
Understood.
Because my mind my thoughts literally wake me up. I'm like one of them 3 a.m., 4 a.m. type people. Like, I be sleep like, no, I just want to stay asleep. Don't do me like this yet. It's only 3:15. Like, no.
There's not time.
I'm one of those type of people where like my thoughts wake me up.
Yes.
So like I just jot. You know, I could be driving and something to come to mind, be like, write that down. You use that for later use.
Yes.
You know, rather it be a caption, a bar, whatever. You know, so I jot a lot. But I do both. I either write if I hear a beat and it's like an inspiration, because people send me a lot of beats, and I just check them out when I'm like driving. That's when I mainly write. I write a lot of I do my best writing when I'm on the road.
Yes.
Or if I'm in the air, like flying or something like that. So I do both. I either write to a beat, or I can, you know, just write out whatever thoughts come to mind, and then later on it turn into something.
Okay. And this was one of those songs.
This was one of those ones. But I feel like 2018, 2019, I was going through so much. I'm in a much peaceful place in life now.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I could really go there now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no holding me back. But then I just was in a very chaotic space. So, like, I just felt like everybody and their mama was trying me. So, I was like, I got to let y'all know.
Absolutely. You got something to say.
I got to let y'all know. And I held on to that song since I recorded in 2019. Same time I recorded Combat. I recorded at Quad Studios in New York. And I dropped it in 2024. That's real artistry.
You make timeless music.
I make timeless music.
When you make something that is relatable and people resonate with, I feel like you can put it out at any time. It doesn't have an expiration date on it, and that's absolutely what you've done.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yep.
Anything else in the works that we need to know about? We've learned everything about you today.
That's the only tea I'm going to give y'all as of right now. I can't let y'all know the full year worth of work now.
Definitely. Absolutely. I know you got a lot of people that love you, support you. Anybody you want to give thanks to, give a shout out to?
Ooh, shout out my manager, Mills. That's my dog, man. We've been through so much. That's my dog. I'm so happy we are here where we are today. Shout out my mother. She's a big help in all of this where my daughter's concerned.
Yes.
Like, you know, she don't give me no headache, no lip, no nothing. Like, what you need? Okay, boom, done. I got it.
I love
I'll stay at your house if that's what I got to do. Like,
shout out to her.
Big help.
What's your mom's name?
Her name's Sharon.
Sharon.
Love you, Mom.
We love you. And I'm sure your daughter feels like she's the best grandmother in the world.
That's my biggest fan. My daughter. Definitely got to shout her out. She think I am the coolest person ever.
You are.
She tells everybody about me. Like, anything I drop, because you know, the shorties is the ones who gonna put you on.
Nah, facts.
She come back home and be like, Ma, they want a t-shirt, they want a wristband, they said they want this. I be like, Pat, stay less.
I know that's right.
Yeah, that's my biggest fan right there.
That is so
them
dope.
3 people, them my roadies right there.
Absolutely. That's beautiful, man. And shout out to yourself.
Shout out to In the Building. She's back, and it ain't no stopping.
Nah, facts. Absolutely.
I'm here till I'm retired.
Tell everybody where they can follow you at.
You can find me on Instagram, NieceyInThaBuildin. THA for the no G on the building. You can find me on Facebook, same thing. And I just made a new Twitter account. I took a break off Twitter, well, X now.
X, yeah.
You can find me on there, the letter N, the building.
You know, it's just quickly on that. I live stream a lot because I do like virtual interviews. I live stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X. And I get the most people tuning in from X. It's crazy, yeah, and I'm like, I kind of shied away from it too.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get back on there more because I'll see my stats, and majority of the viewers come from there.
I just need Elon to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little messy.
It's a little provocative on there.
I be seeing real deal porn come down my timeline.
The first time, because I'm like, yo, what is I'm searching on here that's putting all this on my algorithm? Like, I ain't that creepy.
Me either.
So I deleted it, but then I brought it back, and I'm like, dang, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Because people retweet that stuff and they allow it to come down our timeline.
Y'all got to retweet something else. Y'all flushing the timeline. Seriously.
Facts. I got one more question for you. We live where?
Industry.
Big Industry's most wanted, not the little one.
Not the little.
We got Chicago in the building. The beautiful Niecey in the building.
Talk to 'em.
Tell us what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Ooh, because I ain't coming to play. I did my work, now it's time to go. And I got something different to offer. Like, I'm not chasing no wave. I ain't chasing no trend. I don't even really care what you think. I'm finna put it in your face. If you like it, rock with it. If you don't, go home.
Period. I love
Can't
it.
stand me, spit down.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
She brought all the good energy, good vibes today. I appreciate you. We up out of here, y'all.
acceptance, I admire my reflection. Got 3 felonies on my record, don't stop me from chasing cheddar. Need that broccoli, need some extra. Jealous bitches and vendettas, you can try me and regret it.